fourth. Our opening tip won by the Thunder as we get started in OKC. 48 wins a year ago for the Thunder. Jay, it took them a while to get to that point, but in so many ways, the Thunder had a great opportunity in the playoffs.
They did. It just seemed like something with their chemistry was a tad bit off with Carmelo Anthony. I think him not being there, him not being in Houston, them getting Andre Robertson back. He's a big-time lockdown defender on the perimeter. You surround him with youth and Hamidou Diallo, Terrence Ferguson, Alex Abrinas. This team has a chance to compete for a Western Conference Finals.
Westbrook into the front court. Leads 3. To Durant. Fires the 3, and Kevin Durant unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the 3.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Russell Westbrook here against Steph. Russell Westbrook powers it through.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
And Stephen Curry. We say it time and time again. Not much the defense could have done there. Thunder with the basketball. Westbrook to Adams. Surveys the floor. Big man, Steven Adams. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Thompson, his first effort, off the mark.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Green. Jay, you know the Warriors love challenges. As they go for a three-peat, why not try and incorporate the personality and presence of a DeMarcus Cousins?
Well, if there's anybody up for the challenge, it will be a head coach who's had multiple years in dealing with one of the hottest players, when I mean personality, hottest players in the league, and Draymond Green, and that's Steve Kerr. And look, DeMarcus Cousins is going to come back on this team probably after All-Star break, and I think he'll have a chance to really add another versatile piece. But in the interim, I think a guy like Jordan Bell is going to be huge. There's no more JaVale McGee in this squad, but a guy like Jordan Bell or Kevon Looney can give them the length and the intimidation of what they need down low on the blocks.
Klay Thompson matched up with Ferguson, and that's rebounded by the Thunder.
Hands up, hands up, hands up.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Russell Westbrook with the rock.
I got ball.
To Thompson. Yes, Klay Thompson. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. George takes aim at Livingston. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Klay Thompson up against Patterson. Durant to Shaun Livingston. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Strong finish for Paul George.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Thompson. His first quarter struggles from deep continue. It's no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Durant to Thompson. Beyond the arc for three. Well, an 0 for 4 start from three, but he connects on his first of the game from downtown.
And psychologically, you need to stay in the game. Maybe drive and get the ball to the rim, but see the ball go in first.
Schroeder to Adams. From the painted area, won't go down.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Way to hit. Way to hit.
Schroeder with the basketball. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot. You've got to body up Livingston. Hits the 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Short jumper off the mark. The follow won't go either. They'll let one fly from half court. So we're through one at Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Thunder on top. Jay and I are back to Oklahoma City right after this. You're 1 quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Carmelo Anthony traded, but Jay, Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder, now on a team built to win.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is actually almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He averaged 19 points, 6.5 assists last year for the Hawks, but he is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
Cook to bring it into the front court. Down by 1. Kevin Durant lets it fly. Wide open look, won't go. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. He'll run the offense. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. It's Cook with the basketball. Minute gone by in this second quarter. And they call it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Number 30, Stephen Curry.
Thompson.
For the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 0, Russell Westbrook.
Gets a shot up off the mark to Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's 2 for 2 now. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Westbrook across the timeline. His team up by 1.
I got double.
And scores. Strong take. Steph Curry against the former MVP. Tough shot. Well defended. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. It's Russ at the controls. Has a chance. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 3 for 3 in this first half. Jay, if you're Russell Westbrook, how do you take on the responsibility of getting them over the hump?
You have to own it. And that starts with owning the fact that, yes, you were the first player in the history of the game to average a triple-double back-to-back years, but that did not equate to your team being successful. Sometimes less is more. And he has to make... Whoa! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
For the Golden State Warriors, number 34, Sean Livingston.
Thompson.
Entering the game for the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 9, Jeremy Grant.
controls.
My ball.
To George. Defense making the ball handler work.
I got you help. Don't worry. Get mine.
The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Reject.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. A bad pass there. Warriors have it. Short jumper won't fall. Westbrook with the basketball. Up 5. Oh, they called the foul.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Paul George. Down to Grant. With a drop step. Shot from the lane won't go. 3 titles in 4 years. New arena next year, Jay, in San Francisco. Crazy to think that any of these Warriors would want to go anywhere else.
It's the way they've been leveraging their brand off the court in Silicon Valley. You see guys like Kevin Durant, who have 35 Media, his only media production company, also making a ton of investments. You see Stephen Curry and Andre Iguodala investing in E-Game Sports, amongst other things. I actually got a chance to host a Players Technology Summit with Andre Iguodala, where he talked about a multitude of things that he's invested in. They're able to leverage the business outside the business of sport, which is why I think they'll stay around in the Silicon Valley for a very long time.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Durant to Thompson. Won't go down. To Paul George. Adams. To Westbrook. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. The Warriors are now in the penalty.
And hits the first free throw. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Thompson. To Green. And a whistle.
A simple touch foul.
To number 12, Steven Adams. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Thompson.
First foul in the last 2 minutes.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. Desperation shot here from half court. That's it for the first half. Thunder with the lead. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway.
Oh, here we go.
Golden State at the controls. To Green. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Trying to cash in. A shot. No good by Green. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Westbrook into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Oh, Russell Westbrook. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Number 34, Sean Livingston.
George. Has a look. And he hits.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
That'll be out of bounds, off of Jones. Russell Westbrook, guarded by Livingston. And count the basket.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Thompson, knocked loose, picked up by the Thunder. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
And Draymond Green all in one motion. Give it to him for three.
Green doesn't need to score to be effective. He's a more skilled Dennis Rodman of this generation. He's an undersized student of the game who can guard positions 1 through 5, a rarity even in today's style. Now let me tell you what he's going to do. He's going to disrupt your game plan and probably try to get under your skin. So stay composed and don't go for the bait.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Warriors last year had to go on the road, win a Game 7 at Houston to take the West. Jay, you know Steve Kerr wants to see his team play better at home, make sure they get home court advantage.
Especially because this is the last year at Oracle Arena. And when you have a team that can play with a sense of urgency that is as talented as this Golden State Warriors team is, you better watch out. They slacked off last year. They were 29-12 at home. Now, that's a pretty amazing record at home, but let me tell you why they slacked off. The 3 years prior to that combined, they were 114-9. I think we're going to see that Golden State Warrior team from those years instead of the one from last year.
Westbrook to Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Durant. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Add 2 points to the board.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
In the slam.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
And the finish. Slam dunk.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Steph Curry against Westbrook. A lot of contact. No whistle to George. That's blocked by Durant.
Ooh, he blocked that with authority.
It's Curry controlling the offense. To Thompson. Top of the key. The drive right to the basket. And scores, plus the foul. Draymond Green with a chance at 3 coming up at the line.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Here's Schroeder with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. Here comes the screen. Schroeder matched up with Damian Jones. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. So this remains Thunder basketball. Schroeder. It's Westbrook. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
It's Steph Curry with the rock. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Knocks down the first.
Good shot.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Cruises inside for two.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Self-check.
It's rejected by Noel. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Deep three at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end, and a nice cushion for the Thunder. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter, and it might be time to empty the bench, Jay. This game appears to be well in hand.
And their starting five has certainly earned the fourth quarter off. They've been terrific this ball game. And this is the type of game where you find a chance to relax. You ice up, you watch your other teammates play, you applaud them, and you get ready for the next game.
Spins and scores.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Russell Westbrook, defended by Quinn Cook. 4-3. And the rebound taken by Golden State. Curry with the basketball. His guys down big from long range. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy. And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Westbrook. Off the assist.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Curry. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Curry. Steph Curry not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Here we go. Ball.
Turned away by Bell.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Driving right to the basket. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Steph Curry, tough matchup against George. Here's a chance from long range. Second effort to Thompson. That's no good. George sizing up Iguodala. And counter.
Nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Here's Curry with it up top. Down a bundle. To Thompson. The shot blocked by Grant.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
That won't go. Paul George. Down low Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. He's now 4 for 6.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2.
Russell Westbrook.
OKC ball. Russell Westbrook against the KG veteran Iguodala. And the rebound by KD. To Thompson.
Hey, you gotta take that one.
Curry.
Hey, shut up.
Not that time. He missed it. Ferguson looking for his man.
Shut up.
Shot from in close. No good. Can slam it down. Durant with the basketball up top. Looking to make something happen. And Steph, he can make that shot with his eyes closed. Wide open, knocks down the 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Ferguson to Adams.
Back
5 seconds to shoot. Russell Westbrook steps into it. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Oklahoma City's got it. Sizing up the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook lets it fly from long range, and the Warriors have the rebound.
Hey, switch, I got him.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Good victory here for the Thunder as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Chesapeake Energy Arena in downtown OKC. Tonight, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder getting set to match up with the Los Angeles Lakers. Got it.
Lonzo Ball is so different. There's something special about a player that can always deliver the ball on time and on target. Let me break that down for you. The on time part means the ball isn't delivered 1 second too late or 1 second too early, but at the perfect time for you to go right into your shot or make a play. The on-target aspect means that the ball is either delivered right in the pocket for a shooter, or for a big, it hits you right in the chest so you can go up for a slam. With his head constantly on a swivel, it's safe to say that Lonzo Ball is already an elite passer.
Westbrook with it, trailing by 4. Rejected by McGee.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To James. Big finish at the rim. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Westbrook to Paul George. With a drop step. JaVale McGee to James. Shot from the lane won't go. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Safe to say notice has been served.
Sometimes things go good, other times things go great. Everything going their team's way right now.
Stuffs it down with authority. We've seen Paul George's game evolve in recent years. Mixed results, Jay. How does he get back to being that elite two-way guy?
I think he needs to find a way to be aggressive. Let me bring you in and tell you what he dealt with this past year. When you're a guy who's used to having the ball in your hands, you can make more mistakes because you have more possessions. Then all of a sudden, when you play with a ball-dominant guard like Russell Westbrook, you don't have the ball as much, which means you try to make more out of less opportunity that you have. You force the action way more. Look for Paul George to be way more assertive in this game and find his rhythm by having the ball in his hands.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good. LeBron into the front court. It's an 11-point game. And a putback slam. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Westbrook to Adams. From the painted area, won't go down. To James. Short jumper stays out.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Westbrook. The pass taken away by the Lakers. To Caldwell Pope. Won't go down. And the Thunder with the rebound.
I got him. Oh, yeah, it's me and you.
48 wins a year ago for the Thunder. Jay, it took them a while to get to that point, but in so many ways, the Thunder had a great opportunity in the playoffs.
They did. It just seemed like something with their chemistry was a tad bit off with Carmelo Anthony. I think him not being there, him not being in Houston, them getting Andre Robertson back. He's a big-time lockdown defender on the perimeter. You surround him with youth and Hamidou Diallo, Terrence Ferguson, Alex Abrinas. This team has a chance to compete for a Western Conference Finals.
LeBron James. He's now 4 for 6.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Westbrook to Schroeder. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Misfires. It's no good. Ball. And the Lakers have the rebound. Rondo into the front court. Just under a minute to play here in this opening quarter. The shot almost to Westbrook. to Schroeder. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
When I think about the biggest international names in the game today, Dennis Schroeder's name probably isn't the first that comes to mind. But did you know that he's one of only 3 players to ever play in the league from Germany? Detlef Schrempf, Dirk Nowitzki, and Dennis Schroeder. He is a blur with the basketball, and he will be the first or second option offensively down the court each and every possession.
To James. Doesn't get the bounce. Schroeder with the basketball. Trailing by 15. Oh, Russell Westbrook missed his first. That one goes. With a drop step. That'll do it for the first quarter with the Lakers in command. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Oklahoma City ball. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Michael Beasley against the elite defender Robertson. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Michael Beasley at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2.
Oh, good shot, boy.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Down by 15. Curling inside. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
To Caldwell Pope from long range. Nobody even close. Count the basket for Caldwell Pope.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Working hard on the glass. Schroeder. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. No, he missed a short one there.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder, now on a team built to win.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is actually almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He averaged 19 points, 6.5 assists last year for the Hawks, but he is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. James picked up by Schroeder. To Kyle Kuzma. Not that time. Here's Schroeder with it. He'll run the offense. To Adams. Dennis Schroeder. And McGee there for the rebound. LeBron with it up top. The lead is 15. Fires the three. No good. That's great defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Get your money, man.
To Beasley. No good, and no foul.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Paul George to Schroeder. Goes to the left side. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, Russell Westbrook. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
He gets it.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Beasley to James. It's rejected by Noel.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
And too much contact.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
First foul in the last 2 minutes. Subbing in for Los Angeles, number 14, Brandon Ingram.
Westbrook to Adams. Westbrook to the basket, but his shot won't fall.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss his shot. That's great defense.
To George. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Lakers ball. Ball. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. To Westbrook. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim.
And that transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Number 2, Lonzo Ball.
Westbrook with the basketball. His guys should be able to get the final shot. And Jay, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
First one, count it.
Yes, sir.
And he makes them both.
That's a midi. Bucket. Be alert. Be alert. Here it comes. Be alert.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line.
Block up, block up. Here you go.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. The quarter comes to an end. The Lakers have the lead. Set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Russ at the controls. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
We're watching the clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
LeBron into the front court. Up 6. And the rebound taken in by OKC. Strong finish for Paul George. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Number 2, Lonzo Ball.
Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason, Paul George, he chooses the Thunder, he stays in OKC.
And how about what Paul George said? He said, it's a perfect opportunity to submit myself and bring it.
Oh!
Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. James, it's good. Defense has to pick things up.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shots. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Knocked loose. Ferguson. Curling inside. Nice finish at the rim. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
To Caldwell Pope. Kuzma. Oklahoma City's got it.
I got ball.
Russell Westbrook powers it through.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
It's good. And one.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
And he missed the free throw. To Westbrook. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, if you're Russell Westbrook, how do you take on the responsibility of getting them over the hump?
You have to own it. And that starts with owning the fact that, yes, you were the first player in the history of the game to average a triple-double back-to-back years, but that did not equate to your team being successful. Sometimes less is more. And he has to make sure that he's surrounded and allowing the players he's surrounded with to help him get to the next level.
Gets it in the left corner. Beyond the arc for three. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Caldwell Pope to Kyle Kuzma. The drive, right to the basket. To Westbrook.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Across the timeline comes James. His team up by 1. Too much contact. And free throws coming.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
LeBron James, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 73%. Able to convert on both free throws.
I see you've been working on your game.
OKC ball. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Lonzo Ball buries it on the catch and shoot.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, each won just 1 with the Lakers. Elgin Baylor didn't win any. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans because when you see the likes of Kobe or Michael Jordan, they won all their championships in the same city. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
Westbrook. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock to Westbrook. Fires the three. Westbrook bothered just enough on that one. That's going to be out of bounds off of Rondo. Westbrook. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. From the painted area, won't go down. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. It's Lakers ball as we start the fourth quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the third.
And just because the numbers on the scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
Westbrook to Paul George. Oh, he had him there for a second. Curling inside. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Unable to connect on the free throw. Caldwell Pope had made his first couple, but he misses there. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. That's out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron. Russell Westbrook steps into it. It's LeBron with the rebound. Flushes it home.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
It's James controlling the offense to Caldwell Pope for three, and the rebound comes down to the Thunder. Schroeder with the basketball. The deficit is 6. Knocked loose. Caldwell Pope. The shot.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Jay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Number 2, Lonzo Ball. Into the game.
LeBron against Paul George. Count it. Veteran move right there.
Still blows my mind that this young man is 16 years in the NBA, has not had one bad injury, but more importantly, it's about the respect of the game. That's what LeBron James brings to the table when you think about basketball. You respect the game, you get the benefits.
Adams to Westbrook. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Westbrook to George. Lets it fly from long range. It was contested, but Paul George still dials in for 3. He's endured a major injury. He's had a change of address. But you look at Paul George, he is in the prime years of his career.
And there's no doubt about it. This entire offseason, if I were Paul George, I would think about how do I constantly channel my self-assigned alter ego. Playoff P needs to step up to the court every single day and bring that energy.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
George. It's no good. Defender did just enough to force the tough shot. James into the front court. His team up by 7. to Ball. It's James. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Rejected by McGee.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Rondo with the basketball. Lead stands at 10. Wide open look won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
Here's a chance from long range. You give him that much time, he's going to make you pay. LeBron James with the three.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Ball. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Kuzma. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Adams to Westbrook. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Russell Westbrook, good from distance.
Well, easy difference there. In the first half, the offense allowed the defense to settle into their half-court sets defensively, and that's why the shots were all contested. But now since they picked up the pace of the game, they're getting a lot more action out of transition threes.
James. JaVale McGee to James. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Missed a wide-open look. LeBron into the front court. His team leads it by 10. From long range. Off the iron. No good. Thunder with the basketball. George.
I got him.
Not getting the bounce.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Westbrook. And McGee there for the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the seasons are long.